I should, since this is not going to do the worker thing, what I'm going to do here is I'll do a couple of headlands, get them baled and picked, and then I can start rowing across the field. I kind of need 2 headlands so that there's turnaround space at the ends. And this first row, or this first row is the difficult one because we're going to end up with possibly patches of grass interspersed with the clover hay. I mean, I did leave the wrapper out just in case I ended up creating some grass, because we can wrap that and then maybe sell it. We can use it. That's the thing. The sheep will take clover silage and grass silage, so I don't have to throw it away, but we do now have a lot of silage in the lower yard. So I'm pretty happy with how much stuff we have. And we're paring down the flock size for the summer. Oops. I think my ongoing plan now for the sheep, not that this series is going to continue much past the end of this year, would have been to sell 3 truckloads of old sheep in each field, and then cut it down so there are 250 female sheep on each field. That's kind of what I'd be looking at. So we're constantly replenishing our stocks of sheep. We would have approximately 180 old sheep on each field, and then 70 more younger sheep. And that should then keep the flock predominantly maximum age 3 years. Which is a thing in Farm Sim 22. You kind of want to sell your animals about 3 years old, because that's the best price you'll get from them, and they start to degrade in value after that. Three, two, one, go. And if you do keep the thing moving, the timing on the lowering of the windmills is sufficient that you won't mess up your existing rows, so long as you do it exactly the right time and keep moving. So you want to be rowing at 11 miles an hour. So I think after this row, I'm just going to go back to the path. We'll bale this up and collect it. So pick up now, and that should run and collect everything into the row. Turn that off now. And most of the windrowers facilitate that. Some of the mods not so much. Okay. I think what I might need to do is actually fold that up so we can get the baler alongside. That is a difference. I do have wheel weights on the case, I don't have any on the class. But that's because we do tend to use the case when we need a small plough. And mixed a little grass in with this one, but not enough. But as we go around here, I must keep an eye on how much clover is in the baler. So this corner is covered in grass. Looks like we might make it though. So we just started a new bale. That's fine. But if we get up to about 390 here, or the 3,900, I need to stop baling this and go and find some clover to finish off the bale. Timing on this hasn't been too bad. Ooh. But I may be looking at going round bales on Farm Sim 22. It appears the bales are less likely to roll. They still do, but okay, we're good for now. But they're not as apt to roll as they are here. And I think we'll lift the collector. And drop it back down again. So basically that's how I've been managing the bales as I go round. Again, this might be a little tricky here. Kind of want to end up with a full bale before I start going down the hill. I don't know if I'll manage that still. Try and do what I can here. Ooh, 35. 39. Oh, lift. Okay. Move away from the stuff. Obviously don't want to drop a bale in the middle of that pile, so run down the end of here. Okay, started a new row. I'm going back up, or new bale, should I say, and we'll get back on the outer track again. And you don't need a lot of clover in it to get the bale established. About 200 litres and you've got a clover bale, regardless of how much grass you pick up. Now I know in Farm Sim 22, obviously we won't have clover because that's a Maize Plus thing, but when we get Maize Plus, clover will then become a thing again. But the deal there is it's what half of the bale is made of. So if you scoop 4,000 litres of straw and then add 4,500 litres of grass, you end up with a grass bale. Okay, how do we look here? Gonna take the inside track. Just because it's easier on the turn on the hitch. Okay, I think probably going to end up down the bottom over here. But everything else we pick up on this field is just going to be clover hay, so I don't have to be so fastidious when collecting stuff. Okay, let's try not end up in the river. And she's struggling. I am slightly more inclined to run this on the 940 just because it has another 100 horsepower. Tends not to have quite so many issues with the hills. Still has issues. All of the tractors have issues. Even the truck has issues with hills. So gravity really does suck. Anyway. If I can make this in one swing. Oh no, that's low. Thank you. So these balers have quite a nice working width. There we go. Back up to 12 miles an hour. So yeah, I figured one of the ways to control with a round baler, you can get the round bale wrappers. The fast bale's lovely because you just drive. The problem is it adjusts your speed to the height of the windrow. So if you've got a really deep windrow, you're running 1-2 miles an hour because it needs to have finished wrapping by the time you're ready for the next bale. So that's kind of a thing. But the standard balers, because there's 3 sizes, you can make a small or medium bale and wrap it, or you can make a large bale and it cannot be wrapped. The wrapper only works up to 150 centimeters on the rounds. But as far as I'm concerned, that's fine. You can make big hay bales and then leave it with medium-sized silage bales when you want to wrap. You can feed grass to the sheep as well. Okay. That's only needed 2 more, huh? Have to wait for the arm to drop. There you go. I'm guessing I've probably got at least another 14 here. 6. How's the sunset looking? Yeah, it's really not. I mean, late spring, we're almost at, you know, longest day of the year. So, sun should be up until 7, 8 o'clock this evening. So we've got a couple of hours. And as you can see there, that's all of our new silage bales. The 2.5 rows on the right hand side are currently silage, clover silage. Everything else is wrapped clover grass that is doing its thing. Now, it shouldn't be too bad. Don't seem to be going through clover that quickly. And as I said, we haven't checked the sheep in a while. So yeah, we've bred what, 3 there, 3 there. I don't know. Oh no, we took, I don't know how many we took, but yeah, it looks like breeding is slowing down. We might be done even. Not seeing anything come up. I mean, I'm paging through quite quickly, but you can generally... Oh, they're just not fertiles. No, I think we're done with new sheep. At least on that field. I'm going to guess the other two are similar. So all we're now looking at is selling... Let's unload that. Selling our sheep as we're able. So we've made 30, 40, 20, 30, 43-ish selling sheep. We bought our tractor 221,000. I can't remember what we bought for 48.6. It's probably important. And then wool, we've made 137 this year. So not bad. We've got 2,000 there, we've got 5,000 there, we've got 2,000 there. So we got another 10,000 of wool. Not a major thing, I guess. And that's pretty much the max I can do. We could probably make a little bit more on wool by just keeping the fields at 500 sheep forever. But I mean, you can see we're making a good amount of money from sales as well, as we're up to 45,000. And now comes the big sheep sell-off, where we're going to sell 750, call it 700 sheep. And even at 200 per sheep, that's going to go quick. 700 by 200. 1,400, 14,000, 140,000. Good grief. So again, quite a lot of income. About 280, I would guess, total sheep in a year. I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, still, it's a lot of work for that amount of money. I don't know if you can see crop income. I think that's too far gone. I mean, we made good amounts on our crops, and yeah, I mean, obviously our fields are quite big, so it's a lot of land, but there's a lot of land we have devoted to sheep. And with the arable crops, we're really not investing much time in caring for them. Yeah, you've got the ploughing, the planting, and then sit back and wait till fall. I don't want to go that far in. Okay, drop that there. Oops, still in reverse. Okay, one more stack, and we can go back and collect some more. Try and push these over a little bit. Oops. I guess that's... Oh, no. That's a very bad thing to try and do. I think I messed up big time. Ooh. Okay. I'm not going to touch that. That was a very bad plan, which I really shouldn't have entertained. Still. So again, still pondering FS22 maps. I'm really not sure where I'm going in FS22 yet. And while I want to get into, I have decided I do want to wait until precision farming comes out. There's going to be a lot to learn there, but I think I can do that as part of a long play series. The issue is having the map, and I'm really, I don't know. I mean, thinking about it, when we've transferred in the past, it's been a good year. We played Lawfolds for 2 years. 1 year after FS19 came out, we were still playing Lawfolds and just transferring over to this farm. Now we've played this farm for what would it be now? I guess 2.5 years already. In spite of the fact the game has now been out for almost 3.5, not quite. But part of the reason for the delay switching from 17 to 19 was having all the things available. So seasons, I wanted to play with seasons, and so seasons didn't come out for almost a year. I wasn't too concerned with precision farming because that wasn't around for a long time. We just incorporated it in when it happened. But there are a number of mods where I want this mod before I transfer. And Giants has incorporated so many of those wants into the base game that the reason for delaying is much less. However, what I'm now finding is, part of the advantage of waiting until September, November this year is that there will be expected significantly more maps available, which just aren't right now. And I think that's the biggest thing. And so, the maps that look really good right now are Calmsden and possibly, is it Greenlands? Greenlands looks good. It has smaller fields, which is more of my style. It has a number of yards that you can play with, so you don't have to go with the main yard. But I don't know if it'll be modified for precision farming immediately. Starbuck64, welcome and hello. How are you this fine, wonderful weekend? Oh, that's the tea gone. Almost. But I want to find, whatever I do, I want to find a scenario that works. So I might consider something that I usually advise against doing, which is